Hi, I'm Nick, and I'm about to teach you one of the greatest card tricks of all time. Let's see if you can follow it. The cards start completely mixed. You can also show all the cards are different. The spectator can choose any card that they want to. In this case, we'll use the Queen of Clubs. Doesn't matter if we see it for this example. And you can cut the cards, you can shuffle the cards, you can even shuffle the cards face up and face down, right? To create a complete mess of the deck. So we have no idea if the selected card is one of the face up or face down cards. We'll give it one more shuffle and one more cut so that the deck is a complete and utter disaster. And that is, of course, until you do this. You cast a shadow over the pack, which feels like it does nothing, but it actually turned all the face up cards face down again, correcting every card in the deck. Probably don't believe me. So I'll spread the cards. You can see every card in the deck is face down. Every card except for one, that is the Queen of Clubs. Hey friends, Nick Locapo here with another incredible card trick tutorial. I'm about to teach you exactly what you just saw, but before we get started, grab a deck of cards and click the subscribe button down below. Let's get started. I think my favorite thing about this trick is that it uses any deck of cards and it can be shuffled before the trick ever starts. So grab a deck, and the only setup that you have is you need to put a slight bend in the deck. And the easy way to do that is just to squeeze the deck up like that. Doesn't have to be extreme, just a little bend like that will do. If you know how to spring cards, you can do that, but you don't need to. Just put a little bend in it. I'll show you why that's important later on during this trick tutorial. So you're gonna have somebody choose any card that they want, and it really is a free selection. It doesn't matter what card they choose. We'll use the 5 of spades for this example. And they're gonna place it back into the deck, and you're gonna control their selection to the bottom of the deck. Now in the video that you watched, what I did was a double undercut to bring the card to the top of the deck, and then a quick overhand shuffle sending that card to the bottom of the deck. So now the 5 of spades is at the bottom. You can use any control of the bottom that you want. If you don't know how to do any of that, I'll show you how you can learn it at the end of this video. So now that you have the selection at the bottom, you're gonna execute what's called the Slop Shuffle, which gives the illusion of the cards being face up and face down in the deck, except it's not. The situation at the end of it is gonna look something like this. Let me show you how that works with the selection card at here. I'm gonna place their selection down at the bottom, and I'll run through this. So what you'll do is you're gonna push cards over with your left thumb, like 7 to 10 or so, and grab them with your right hand. And then you're gonna rotate your wrist, turning those cards face up. Now you're gonna do that again with your left thumb, pushing some cards over to the bottom of this pile, okay? So what you're doing is you're creating a face up and face down pile in your right hand. Once you've sent like 7 to 10 cards over, you're gonna rotate your wrist again, push some cards underneath all of those, rotate your wrist again, push some cards underneath all of those, rotate your wrist again, and again, and again, until you get to the last card, which you'll simply place on the top of the deck. The sloppier that you make that look, the better it is. But you'll see that the situation at the end of the Slop Shuffle is you'll have face down cards, face up cards, and the spectator's selection. It's really, really cool. Now, this is where that bend in the card comes into play. If you look at the edge, you'll see that there's like a break in the cards. Well, why is that there? That's because this face-up packet is bent the opposite way of these. So it makes it really easy to just cut that top layer of cards off. And that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna cut these off, and then you're gonna rotate your wrist with the bottom packet to the table, and we're gonna do that riffle shuffle that you saw. But that's not the situation. The situation is face-up cards, and their selection. So when you do this riffle shuffle, you want to hide this edge because you don't want your spectators to see that these are all face-up cards. So you want to do this a little bit quick, and you want to leave this card on the top there. Okay, so you're going to shuffle like that and leave the selected card on the top. That looks like face-up cards going into face-down cards. And then all you have to do is give the deck one cut. You can even have them do it if you want to, which makes it look like even more face-up and face-down cards are being locked together. But you're done. You're done. You know the situation now. The cards are fixed except for their selection. So all you have to do is some sort of magical gesture. Snap your fingers, cast a shadow, tap the deck on the table, whatever you want, and then spread the cards so that they can see every card in the deck has Turn face down every card except for one, their selection. Well, there you go. You just learned one of the greatest card tricks of all time, but we are not done. Click the link in the description below where you'll get a free download at penguinmagic.com where I'll teach you even more tricks that you can do with the Slop Shuffle. Click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you'll know when my next tutorial comes out. I'm Nick, and I'll see you in the next video.